Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Today I'm getting real with you about something that's been on my mind a lot lately, marriage. Specifically, what I wish someone had told me before I walked down that aisle. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my spouse and wouldn't change my decision for anything, but there are definitely some things I wish I'd understood better going in, especially as someone in an interracial marriage. So if you're engaged, thinking about getting engaged, in an interracial relationship, or just curious about what marriage is really like, this video is for you. Let's dive in. You're marrying their habits and their culture. First up, you're not just marrying a person, you're marrying their habits, quirks, daily routines, and their cultural background. That cute thing they do when you're dating, it might become the thing that drives you up the wall on a random Tuesday morning when you're running late for work. I'm talking about the little things. How they load the dishwasher, whether they're a morning person or a night owl. If they leave their socks on the floor or fold them neatly, but also how they celebrate holidays, what comfort food means to them, how they communicate when they're upset, and what family gatherings look like. In an interracial marriage, you're blending not just two people, but two cultural worlds. And that's beautiful, but it also requires more intentional understanding. My advice? Actually spend real time together in normal life before you get married, not just date nights and vacations. Do boring stuff together. Run errands, clean the house, deal with stressful situations, and also spend time with each other's families and communities. That's where you'll see who they really are. Marriage won't fix your problems. Here's a big one. Marriage is not a solution to existing problems in your relationship. If you're thinking things will get better once we're married, I need you to pause right there. Whatever issues you have while dating will still be there after the wedding. And they might actually get worse because now there's more pressure and commitment involved. If you're fighting about money, communication, or trust before marriage, those fights don't magically disappear when you put rings on. Marriage amplifies what's already there. If you have a strong, healthy relationship, marriage can make it even better. But if you have cracks in the foundation, marriage will expose them. So do the hard work before you say, I do. Go to couples counseling if you need to. And honestly, finding a therapist who understands interracial relationship dynamics can be incredibly valuable. Have the difficult conversations. Address the red flags. You need to talk about culture, race, and identity. Before you get married, you absolutely need to have the boring conversations that nobody wants to have. I'm talking about finances. How much debt do you each have? What's your approach to spending and saving? Will you combine accounts or keep them separate? Kids, do you want them? How many? What's your timeline? How will you handle childcare? Career goals. Is someone willing to relocate for the other's job? How do you balance two careers? Family dynamics. How often will you visit in-laws? What holidays go where? Division of labor. Who's doing what around the house? How will you handle racism or prejudice from strangers, friends, or even family members? If you have children, how will you raise them? What cultural traditions will you pass down? How will you navigate holidays from both cultures? What does it mean to each of you to preserve your cultural identity within the marriage? How do you handle difficult conversations about race and privilege? These conversations aren't romantic, but they're crucial. My spouse and I thought we were on the same page about some things. And then 6 months into marriage, we realized we had completely different assumptions about how we'd handle certain situations. It caused unnecessary stress that could have been avoided. You're also marrying their family, and that can be complicated. Whether you like it or not, when you marry someone, their family becomes part of your life. And this can be wonderful or challenging or both at the same time. In an interracial marriage, this layer can be even more complex. Not all families are accepting right away. Some might have biases they don't even realize. Others might be amazing and welcoming, but still have cultural expectations you don't understand. I wish I'd spent more time really getting to know my in-laws and understanding family dynamics before the wedding. What are their expectations? What are the family traditions? How does your partner relate to their parents and siblings? Are there cultural practices you need to learn about and respect? And here's the hard part. You might face resistance, maybe from your family, maybe from theirs, maybe from both. Having honest conversations with your partner about how you'll handle family members who aren't supportive is essential. You need to be a united front. Setting boundaries early is so important. It's easier to establish healthy boundaries before marriage than to try to create them later when patterns are already set. Talk with your partner about what role you both want your families to play in your marriage, and be prepared to stand up for each other. You'll face the world as an interracial couple. Here's something I didn't fully prepare for. You're going to get stares. You're going to get questions. You're going to get comments. Some well-meaning but ignorant, some outright racist. People will make assumptions about your relationship. Strangers might ask inappropriate questions. Even in 2025, interracial couples still turn heads in some places. And that can be exhausting. I wish someone had told me to prepare emotionally for this. It's one thing to know intellectually that racism exists. It's another thing to experience it directed at your relationship. You and your partner need to talk about how you'll handle these moments. Will you engage or ignore? How will you support each other when one of you is hurt by someone's comments? Also, finding community is huge. Connect with other interracial couples. It helps so much to have people who get it, who've been through it, and who can laugh about the absurd moments with you. Marriage takes constant work, including cultural understanding. This might sound obvious, but I don't think I really understood it. Marriage isn't something you achieve, it's something you maintain every single day. There's this cultural narrative that you find the one, get married and then live happily ever after. But real marriage is about choosing each other every day, even when it's hard, even when they're annoying you, even when you're tired and stressed and don't feel like being patient. In an interracial marriage, this also means continuing to learn about and respect each other's cultures. It means being curious, asking questions, and staying humble. It means acknowledging when you mess up or make assumptions. It means celebrating both cultures and finding ways to blend them in your daily life. You have to keep dating each other. Keep being curious about who they're becoming. Keep communicating. Keep working on yourself and the relationship. The couples who make it aren't the ones who got lucky. They're the ones who put in consistent effort. You'll both change And that's okay. Here's something that surprised me. You and your spouse are going to change. The person you marry at 25 might be quite different by 35. Their interests might shift. Their career goals might evolve. Their personality might mature in unexpected ways. And here's the key. You need to create space for that growth. The goal isn't to keep each other exactly the same as the day you met. The goal is to grow together, or at least grow in ways that are compatible. In an interracial marriage, your understanding of identity might evolve too. Your connection to your culture might deepen. Your awareness of social issues might grow. Your perspective on raising multicultural children might shift. All of this is normal and healthy. Some couples grow apart because they don't make the effort to stay connected through the changes. Check in with each other regularly. Ask about dreams and goals. Be interested in who they're becoming, not just who they were when you fell in love. It's okay to go to bed angry. Sometimes you've probably heard, never go to bed angry. Right? Well, I'm here to tell you that sometimes you should absolutely go to bed angry. Here's why. When you're exhausted and emotional, you're not going to have a productive conversation. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is say, I love you, but I'm too tired to talk about this properly right now. Can we revisit this in the morning? Sleep helps. Perspective helps. Time helps. Not every argument needs to be resolved immediately. What matters is that you come back to it when you're both in a better headspace. This is especially true when you're navigating cultural differences or having tough conversations about race. Those require your best self, not your exhausted self. So there you have it. 8 things I wish I'd known before I got married, especially as someone in an interracial relationship. Again, I want to emphasize that I'm incredibly grateful for my marriage. And these insights aren't complaints. They're just honest reflections that I hope will help someone else. Interracial marriage can be absolutely beautiful. It's an opportunity to build something new, to blend cultures, to challenge assumptions, and to grow in ways you never expected. But it's also work, and going in with realistic expectations makes all the difference. If you're in an interracial marriage, what do you wish you'd known beforehand? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.